Hey, what's up, guys? This is Izix. This week we're talking about testosterone and the importance of taking it under doctor's care and taking prescription testosterone. You don't want to take anything that's not prescription because you don't necessarily know if it's legitimate testosterone. So you want to make sure you're doing it the proper way, getting it from the pharmacy, and knowing what you're injecting into your body. For most people, the injection is IM, which is going into your muscle. You don't want something that you don't know what it is injected into your muscle. Also, if you're taking it sub-Q, sometimes when you're injecting, you just hit stuff that's not supposed to be hit. You might bleed a little. So why would you want to risk possibly putting some formula that's not testosterone in there? On top of that, even if it is testosterone, you're taking it without doctor supervision, without having labs done and all that, you risk your health. There's precautions you need to take. There's reasons why you have to go for lab work. You want to make sure everything's functioning. If you're a smoker, that affects your body as well as taking tea. It affects your blood. It kind of thickens it, so it can put you at risk for high cholesterol. So you have to keep an eye on everything and get everything done. Your doctor will always tell you what's best for you. As for myself right now, my doctor's helping me out because I've gained some weight since having surgery, so I'm like trying to bring it back down. My levels have been running a little lower than I'd like them to be, but still in normal range. So they kind of help monitor your dosage, if it needs to go up, if it needs to go down, what adjustments you can make, or you can change some things. So it's just best to have that supervision and know that you're doing everything properly. I'm sure you can find plenty of horror stories of people doing things not the proper way online. I personally haven't looked it up, and I know that they have to be there. There's forums for everything. So I would just recommend doing it the safe way. If you can't afford to do it the safe way, there is always ways to go around that. You can look into clinics in your area. See, they have the clinics to offer going on the sliding scale, where they just kind of base it off of your income, and you could get in cheaper for it. As far as testosterone, I get a 10 milliliter vial, and that is normally about $200 without insurance, a little over $200. If you don't have insurance like myself and I pay everything out of pocket, you could use GoodRx, which will get that 10 mil down to about $40 range. And that's the cheapest that I've seen it, and that's at Walgreens. But a lot of places don't offer a 10 mil vial, so you can just get the ones and get 10 of them. But a 1 mil vial, I believe, is like 10 to 15 bucks with GoodRx if you were just to get them one at a time. As far as doing the 10, I think it would still roughly be around $40. Might be a little different by a few dollars or so. Now, what I was saying about the clinics with the sliding scale, there are those that base off your income and then charge you off of that. But I found a doctor that I like now that doesn't do the sliding scale. She kind of has like a membership almost, where she charges you so much the first month, and your first appointment she charges you twice, but after that it evens out, and that's if you choose to just pay per visit, or you could do a monthly fee, which is cheaper, but you're paying every month. So, like, let me just give you the numbers on her. For your first appointment, if you weren't to stay with the monthly subscription, it is $150 for the first appointment, and then roughly about that, well, like $120-ish every appointment after that. But that pays for your labs. She's paying for your labs ahead of time to save you the expense of having to pay for labs out of pocket. Now, you could pay $60 and have the monthly subscription, which $60 is probably a little cheaper than paying for every appointment, but at the same time, we're going to be going monthly. So that's the way she does hers, and I don't know of any clinics in other locations that may work that way. But she specializes in everything, which is the reason why I went with her. She's trans-friendly. She does our blood work. She does our prescription. She helps us get letters for birth certificate, for name changes, gender markers. She does pap smears. She does everything, which is why I've decided to go with her, and she's knowledgeable on everything. So if you could find a practice that does that in your area, that might work better for you than the sliding scale clinic that typically has a longer wait on getting in on an appointment, which is kind of the reason why I made the swap to her, because normally it only takes about a week or two to get an appointment with her. And it's helpful because my schedule is usually hectic. I work a lot, I go to school, and I can't always get across town for an appointment, so she also offers Skype appointments. So it helps with maintaining healthy lifestyle, maintaining the fact that I know that everything is proper. And if you have those options, then there's no need for you to look for something that isn't necessarily the way to do everything properly. So do some searching online, guys. I know a lot of people are out there in the middle of nowhere in the country, don't necessarily have those resources, but if you could find a location like that that will work with you, then I say look for one, do the research, and be safe. And we'll see you next week, guys.